Yep, sit back, relax, and get ready to enjoy another awesome article by Capt Frank Lanier. Please subscribe, like, and share with all your friends, and all the people you hate too. With the possible exception of an impromptu Miss Miami Beach contest I witnessed back in 2008, no other event more accurately embodies the phrase sensory overload than a boat show. It's extremely easy to get swept up in the carnival-like atmosphere of a typical boat show as boat manufacturers hawk their latest models, each decked out with the latest in visual splendor and operational gadgetry. Dealers and brokers often bemoan having to deal with hull thumpers, the marine equivalent of a tire kicker, but it pays to do your homework and thoroughly examine even new boats before unwittingly making their potential problems your own. Here's how to navigate the treacherous shoal waters of a typical boat show and find the perfect boat for you. First of all, let's talk about dressing to inspect. As some of the boat checks may involve cockpit crawling and bilge diving, wear comfortable clothing and shoes to the boat show. A flashlight and possibly a pair of light coveralls will help you get down and dirty without too much of the latter. As most dealers require that you remove your shoes prior to boarding, slip-on type shoes rather than those requiring lacing will save you some time. Stay organized. As boats can blur together during the course of a show, use a tablet or old school style notepad along with plenty of photos to help keep you organized and keep track of details for review afterwards. Design and layout. The first thing to do here is step back and view the boat as a whole. Is it ergonomically designed? Are the cockpit, helm, and interior spaces laid out to allow a natural flow while moving through the vessel? Can specific areas, the galley for example, be used without blocking access to the rest of the interior? Take an imaginary test drive. Are all controls, instrumentation, and electronics within view and easy reach of the helm? Is there room in the helm for future electronic installations? How about visibility? Is it good while seated and while standing? Is there sufficient seating? Are backrests at a comfortable angle? And is there plenty of leg room? Lie in the bunks, stand in the galley, and sit on the toilet. Are they comfortable and functional or seemingly designed for someone with Area 51 body dimensions? Is the interior of the boat adequately lit and well ventilated with good air exchange and lockers and other storage areas to promote quick drying and prevent mold and mildew? What about available storage? The first rule of boating when it comes to storage is you can't have too much of it. This includes not only room for the supplies needed for that day or weekend trip, but also specialty racks and holders for fishing gear, wakeboards, and the like. What about the bilge? Is it deep enough to collect water, but shallow enough to provide easy access to clean it? Does it have a drain plug at the deepest part of the bilge? A properly located drain plug allows you to more easily wash the bilges and drain them when winterizing or storing the boat ashore. Quality of construction. Here's where you need to look past the gleaming gel coat and varnished wood to verify that the beauty actually is more than skin deep. Start by walking around the boat and inspecting the hull for abnormalities, dimples, bulges, stress cracks, and the like, while verifying that the hull to deck joint is uniform and free from irregularities. Press on the hull at various areas to gauge how much it flexes. Does it look, and more importantly, feel solid? Lift up the floorboards, open the lockers, and remove cabinet drawers to gain as much access as possible to interior spaces. Are the hatches finished on the inside as well as on the outside? Check the cabinets are firmly attached to the hull and that large items, refrigerators, microwaves, etc., are securely mounted with adequately sized brackets and hardware to prevent movement in rough seas. Check construction of the hull to deck joint from inside. It can typically be sited at the bow, anchor road storage area, or cockpit lockers. Is the joint bolted and caulked, glued together, or even better, fiberglassed over? Or does it use screws or pop rivets, both of which produce a weaker joint? Look for gaps and bulges, which may be an indication of poor fit or construction. Structural bulkheads should be bonded to the hull with multiple layers of fiberglass tabbing, 3 inches wide minimum. Bulkhead to hull joints should also employ fillets or radiuses to eliminate localized stress points or hard spots in the hull, which can lead to fiberglass cracking and damage. On deck, look for high-quality bronze or stainless steel fittings. Verify that all deck hardware, cleats, anchor windlasses, bow railings, are properly bedded, caulked, and through-bolted with oversized backing plates. Accessibility and ease of maintenance. The worst thing about boat maintenance is often accessibility. This can be especially true of inboard engine installations where too much horsepower has been shoehorned into too little space. Open the engine hatch and note the location of items you'll need to access on a regular basis. The dipstick for the oil, coolant reservoirs, oil filters, spark plugs, and the like. Locate all through-hull seacocks. Can you physically reach them without possessing arms like an orangutan? Can they be fully open and closed, or are they blocked by hoses, stringers, or other obstacles? What about the batteries? Are they securely mounted and located in an area that provides access for both routine maintenance and replacement? How about fuel tank location and accessibility for inspection and repairs should problems arise? Aluminum fuel tanks installed below cockpit decks on many center consoles and other open-type models can be prone to corrosion, particularly if foamed into place during construction. The foam often retains moisture, or if the tank bottom has inadequate clearance and often rests in bilge water. Models with removable deck panels above the fuel tank offer the best option should the tank need replacing. But keep in mind that the caulking for the panel must be maintained and occasionally renewed to prevent water from leaking onto the top of the fuel tank, causing corrosion. And we're talking aluminum fuel tanks here. Finally, boat shows are a great place to search for special deals and incentives and rebates when buying a new boat. They also offer an easy way to view and physically compare a number of different models and brands at the same time. Don't be afraid to ask questions or roll up your sleeves to get the best deal possible.